I think we have to, open our eyes a little bit more and know that there are people that are homeless in our community, and many times you can see them on the streets, and other times you don't.
Homelessness is about so many issues at the same time. It's about not having housing, but there's something larger in not having a support network that can help you in times of trouble.
We really just want to give people hope and a chance, even if they're not recovering drug addicts or alcoholics or, whatever the case may be, that they can feel like there is hope.
I'm Lawrence Senna. I provide case management services here at Casa Familia.
My name is Kehala Tuples. I'm the program manager for Casa Familia. The point of this program is to give people individual strengths. It's not necessarily a moment when people are at a place where they're needing to give back to the community. It's about people taking care of themselves individually. The idea we want to instill is that there are resources and there is a support network so that when things fall apart, they don't fall all the way apart.
I don't think I can speak for somebody else about their mindset or about their willingness. I think, like everyone, you have a choice on how you want to live your life. And so there are some people that are homeless in Santa Fe, and that's a lifestyle choice. Some people want to camp. I've met several individuals, they have seasonal jobs, and maybe they come to Santa Fe during the height of the season, and they're cooks or chefs or whatever, and they still choose to live in a tent. Mm-hmm. And then in the wintertime, they go to Florida or Southern California, and if you've lived your life like that for 10, 15, 20 plus years, you start to build a community in these little places. And some people do decide to live their life like that. I think, my personal opinion, we are a very structured program. And so there's people who look at the rules and they're just like, I'm not willing to do that.
It's really about offering equal services, but individual services for everyone who's here. So needs are different, circumstances are different, but not to provide more for one guest than we might for another guest, to provide equally for everyone.
My name is Efraim D'Angelo Hernandez.
My name is Lisa Hernandez. We almost had to stay in the car a couple of nights. We did stay in the car throughout the day because at Casa Familia they make you leave at 8 o'clock in the morning. You have to be gone. Can't come back in until 3:30. I homeschool my daughter, so her and I were out all day long. Went to the library, did some schooling, stuff like that. Did things that we could do, anything we could do, and then the rest of the time we were in the truck.
As anyone who's suffering, struggling in this country, there's services out there, or at least there should be. As a taxpayer, you're paying taxes so that there's services for you if you need them. We're just now coming to the point where we feel like, comfortable with having a place. It took us a while because it's just really hard on your psyche. I believe it's just as traumatic as someone who is living under a bridge. You don't know when your next meal is coming from. You don't know if you're going to have a place to stay that night. Most of our 2 months of being homelessness, we didn't know.
Because that was a really rough...
Unnecessary. It was unnecessary. We didn't have to go through that. And it was fine. We did. And we made it. Our marriage made it.
Oh, yeah.
We're stronger for it. But it didn't have to happen.
How you doing, man? I mean, do you choose to be homeless?
Yeah.
My dog's pretty chill, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? All you gotta do is just teach him a little understanding. a little understanding. And you know what? They understand. One day you wake up and it's like, oh shit, my dog's teaching me. You know.
My name's Javier Gonzalez, and I'm the mayor of the city of Santa Fe. You know, Santa Fe, over the course of time, has established itself as a city where people want to live. And with that, the cost of land went up, the cost of materials went up as well. And that's created a very high cost of living for many people who live in our community. We have work to do to try and provide more housing for people in this community that don't necessarily earn a lot of money or come from wealth. There are people all over this community that want to help homeless people out, and I think that word has gotten out. So we've seen both an increase in homeless people who have visited us from other areas outside of Santa Fe, but also because of the economic downturn in our community. We've had people who have lost homes. They found themselves that have been homeless. There are many youth in our community that, for one reason or another, have had to leave their home, whether it's because of the fact that they're suffering from maybe a mental health issue and their parents are ill-equipped to deal with them, so they leave the home. Maybe they've recently come out, and we see a lot of people in the LGBTQ community, especially of our youth that are homeless, that need support. So there's an array of reasons over the last 5 years that we've seen homelessness increase in Santa Fe, but I'm really proud of the fact that as a city and certainly as a community, we've tried to put more resources into help making homelessness a very temporary issue in our town.
I'm going to school, and that was part of the reason why we ended up homeless, because we made the decision, the commitment to go to school. And it could have been either one of us, but we decided that I should be the one to go back to school. I have a desire and a passion to produce films, and so Santa Fe University of Art and Design was the place I wanted to be, and that was here in Santa Fe. You know, I'm 40, and I'm just now going back to school. Of course, I've tried to go back to school plenty of times before. Before this year, the past 3 years, I filled out the financial aid packet. I tried to get back to school wherever I was. And inevitably, it always came down to I have to go back to work. I have to work. I have to work. I have to work. That was the priority, is just working. So I didn't have time for school, or I didn't know how to balance that. So finally, when we became homeless and we made school the priority over work, so you know, I had to do that in order for us to get into a different income bracket, to be able to get us out of the rut. You know, we had to make that decision, and I had to get back into school. And once that became the priority, school became the priority, and we were in agreement about that because, you know, we have had this discussion for years.
I don't think that it has so much to do with being a minority than it does just making your mind up. You know, it's a decision.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to stop me. It's an attitude. You know, you just can't sit back and watch yourself do nothing and become nothing. You know, it's this attitude that you have to create in yourself of, you know what, this is not happening to us again. We're going to change this, and other people are not going to have to go through this either. We want to help other people in any way that we can in the future. That's what we plan on doing. Doesn't matter who it is. We don't want to turn anybody down.
And so what we would like to do in our nonprofit is to actually help people deal with these things. Mm-hmm. Give them an inspiration and a motivation, or even help them come to the realization that they need to deal with these things. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times it's just easier to just turn on the TV and forget about everything. But where do you get? You don't get anywhere. And then you're going to complain? You know, no. We want to motivate people and help people to do something productive with their life, meaningful with their life, to find that purpose, and to get out of the rut that a lot of us have been in and find ourselves in.